Okay, everybody, if you are not speaking, could you please mute yourselves? My name's Sean Escobar. This is my wife, Crystal Escobar. Thanks for joining us on the erShred Come Alive call. This erShred has been crazy cool, like unbelievably cool, okay? And unbelievably empowering. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know what I could say to, what could you say?
About
just about the erShred and what we've seen with it.
Oh, like the results that we've seen. Yeah, that's been like the most exciting thing because of course it all started with our own personal results and that was exciting. But then now to see other people, the results that are coming in like daily, all these people posting their pictures and just sharing the results. It's just so exciting for us. And I don't know, it just makes us really happy to know that that this thing actually works for everybody.
It's cool. It's the results coming in. They have blown my mind. And I want to reiterate the thing that I'm the most excited about is how people feel. How you feel is like so critically important. You know, like I can tell you guys, you can look pretty good and feel like crap. And I think I felt that way for years and years and years. And people would actually be like, oh, you must work out. You take pretty good care of yourself. And I'm like, I don't feel good though. It didn't make any sense to me. And then there was other parts of my health that, you know, were just secretive and I didn't want to tell anybody the truth about what I was suffering from. But this call is not about me or us, it's about people. So who do we need to mute there? Someone's jumping on. Okay, how do we mute everybody? Mute all. Here we go. There we go. All right, so real quick, disclaimer. We want to make sure what we're gonna do is share a handful of testimonials, see how people are doing. And then we wanna go ahead and we wanna hear from people. Hold on. We wanna have you guys share your testimonials, 2 to 3 minutes, keep it compliant. And I am going to show you, I'm going to show you this disclaimer if I can find it. 1 second. There it is. Pull that up. Pop it up. This is our disclaimer. Nod your head if you guys can see that. Anybody? Can you guys see that? You are sharing your screen.
Jesse.
Okay. All right. There's your disclaimer. Okay? Not intended to treat, cure, prevent any kind of illness. If you are under the care of a doctor, if you have a medical condition, we do always encourage you to seek the advice and the counsel of your medical doctor. That is your responsibility, okay? So don't say we didn't tell you so, that's important. And when you do share your testimonial, please do not make any medical claims or disease claims or anything about the current virus that is, you know, this world crisis, as that would also be non-compliant. Thank you so much. All right, up first, we have Rick and Natasha Whedon. Can you guys unmute?
Oh my God, first.
Hi guys.
Hi everyone.
Good to be with you. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be a part of this.
Absolutely.
Glenn's clapping. You got a fan out there.
He's a big friend. Yeah, I got some friends.
Yay.
So
awesome.
Give it, like, who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll start off. Just to give you guys a little background. So me and Rick, we've been with Isagenix for about 7 years and a little bit over, doing it full time now. And, you know, he's a recovered lawyer and a corporate America person who was burnt out and not healthy and amazing transformation. And I was low on energy and sleep and skin and all that stuff that was happening and everything turned around and things like that. So we've been on this journey because he was corporate America. I was actually a VP in another company. And just, you know, it didn't take long to see what we had here. So huge fans as going forward with Peter Greenlaw and his teachings. We got to see him several times thanks to Adam and his team, Adam Sisk. And just really learned a lot of what Peter kind of packaged together that I feel like you guys now at erShred have put a bow on and just made like a huge gift. And so we have been with our community doing 11-day whole body resets, just, you know, for people to feel better over the, you know, last almost through this whole year. And people were, you know, having great results and all, just because it is an amazing system. But then our wonderful friend, colleague, partner, Brad C., who I'm sure you guys all know, told us he found,
He's done amazingly well.
He's done amazingly well. And he found you guys and was like, oh my God, this is what they're doing. And we were, you know, telling me all about it. I'll never forget. I was walking around the tennis court and he was just so excited and telling me all about it. And I was like, he's like, I'm going to go first. I'm going to check it out. And we were like, okay, go first. He's like, I'm going to put you in this erShred group on Facebook. I'm like, great. And so we went in there and it was so amazing to us. Crystal and Sean, it was so nice to meet you guys. We know your parents, of course, Randy and Tony. And, you know, when I went into this group, I just saw all these people I know and respect so much over the years. Bob and Ali Seabright and Adam Sisk and Glenn and Ina and just people we've been, Laura Hernandez, you know, and Andrea Hall and, you know, of course, Lenny, and just, it was just like, wow, almost like coming home. And so anyway, Brad went first and then we did it. We just recently did ours and it was absolutely amazing. You're right, day 5, come alive. For me, I've cheated on so many 11 days. It's not even funny and not gotten through them. I hate cleanse days. The eating the meat and the fish and all the stuff and watching Bob put all those steaks on his Facebook page was amazing. We loved it. Like for me, bloat, gut. Also, I didn't drink it all. I mean, Rick doesn't drink, but I love my wine and I love my cocktail and I gave it up and I had no cravings and I felt so good and I felt just amazing. And I lost 7.5 pounds and 11 inches. I've got more to go, but I guess I just feel, I think Jesse's been just such a source of information and like uplifting for us and teaching us things, and Sean, you and Crystal too, and Bob with his just amazing, heartfelt, authentic conversations on his walks with the dogs.
Yes. Yes.
But like, I think you guys said it, like, it feels like we have gold in our hands, you know, and it just feels really good. And I, of course, keep talking, but I need to give a little time to my husband. So
you guys are such a beautiful couple. You guys really, you guys have a cool vibe. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So we're both very passionate, but you can see the passion, and I'm kind of the pragmatist. So I did a lot of research on this before, and that's why I wanted Brad to go first, because I really wanted to hear from Jesse. I wanted to kind of dig a little deeper. As Tasha said, we've been doing this for a while with this company, and I knew after day 3, I wanted to be a part of it as far as the nutritional components of what this company offers, what Isagenix offers. So, but as Tasha said, we've been doing 11 days and coaching people through them since February, had incredible success. But for me, and I'm the one who sticks strictly. I'm the one who say, you know, I'm smacking hands, like, get off the sugar bowl, put that down. You know, I'm really
I'm showing
strict.
You where it is. I'm cheating.
I'm a strict coach too. So I really try to because I want people to have their best results, and I want to have my own best results. The goal is to live healthier, longer, as Peter says, and to feel better and be active. That's kind of my goal, is to be active into my 90s. So when we did this, I decided we were going to try it. The biggest ahas for me were, yes, I lost 10 pounds. I lost over 15 inches, totally. I'm seeing my abs like I've never seen them before, but it's the feeling, like you were saying, Sean. It's like the feeling of how you feel inside of a healthy body. When you feel like your cravings are in control, when you feel like, you know, your gut is not gurgling and burbling and bubbling and all those types of things after you put something in it. when you can sleep like a rock, just totally in just total sleep, when you're drinking all the water that you want because your body wants it. And I'm a person, I get a lot of exercise. I believe in exercise. I think a lot of us do. 6 days a week I try to get out. My body like jumps out of bed now. It like leaps out of bed after the erShred. But the biggest takeaway, guys, I'm gonna say it was easy, so much easier than the traditional 11-day, using the bone broth on the cleanse days as an assist. It's amazing game changer. Utilizing the meat and just baselining it so that you can really figure out what is going on inside your gut. And incubating the shakes. We had done that before, but not with consistency. And I see the value of what consistency of incubation brings now to my body. So, hey guys, I'm going to end it with, I feel better than I've felt on any time I've ever done anything within Isagenix. And I look forward to, more of these and really learning more about the science and the nutrition behind this, because as Bob, I'm devouring books. He suggested, Fat Fiction in this book
Glenn and I did
by it's called The Big Fat Surprise. I'm just devouring information now. So I would encourage everybody to plug into this group, plug into these people who really are digging for you guys, like Jesse and Sean and his wife, and everybody's doing that to really. And
can I just say, so, our son, our 16-year-old son, and his 17-year-old friend did the erShred with us because we wanted to get swole, and looking amazing. They're so happy, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's so funny!" It's just. He passed out in the original 11-day on cleanse, and he's just so thrilled that he was like, "Mom, this is so easy."
Yeah,
so
we feel better.
Just love it, you guys.
We feel better. We're doing better, and we're being better people.
And we just want to share it. We like Jesse always says, like, shout it from the rooftops. How can we do it? Like, just. Yeah.
And the last thing I wanted to plug in, we sound like a little bit like Donna, like Dr. Ina and Glenn, but one of the things I love too as a husband is my mood has been so much better. It's been so much.
Can we talk about that for a minute? Yeah.
That's been great.
The mood and the mood's up, everything else that's awesome's up, and yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. It was
the only problem you got there, Rick, is if you say it's improved your mood, then if you're in a bad mood, Crystal would look at me and go, "Hey."
Like,
Right. Thanks for the tip, Sean.
But thanks for letting us share, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so you guys had a friend. Let's see if she came on. Marcella Schneider. This is Rick and Natasha's friend.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, hey Marcella, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Sure, good to meet you. Where do you live?
Good to meet you. I live in Virginia right now, but I'm actually from Germany. So I moved over here like 5 years ago. So that was actually my first 11 days, first time getting on the journey. And I came just recently back from Germany from a vacation, and I just felt like the food over there is so much different and it's very heavy. And I came back here and actually contacted Rick and Natasha, complaining about bloating, complaining about feeling really anxious in my own body. And they were like, just get on the 11 days with us. They explained me the whole erShred, which was the first time for all of us. And we just had an amazing group. I think we were like 10 people, and we just did it all together. And I just felt immediate load release and like just feeling so much better in my body. After the 11 days, I felt like my body like size was like shrinking to like maybe half of it. And I lost overall 11 pounds, which I didn't really bother so much about, but I was just like the feeling of not being anxious about your own body and like sitting and like the bloating, the feeling was so much more important to me. And I just felt so much better in my gut, so much better energy wise. I was able to achieve a lot more during the day, even though I was anxious in the beginning, like starting at like a cleansing day. I didn't know if I would be energized, if I would be able to do all of what I usually do during the day. And I was completely wrong. I did more than I could have even possibly think of. And yeah, now I had no carvings through the meat, and I usually don't really eat that much meat. And it was really surprisingly how much better I felt afterwards. And yeah, I definitely recommend this to anybody that just has so much bloating and like milk intolerance. And after the 11 days, I just knew exactly what I can eat and what I can't eat, which was really, really important to me, because now I know like the milk part, or even carbs or something, some parts of the carbs just aren't good for my body.
That's so cool. I love that you're in Germany, because ich kann Deutsch.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so actually a lot of people in Germany reached out to me asking about the product. And I know that you guys just created a German market over there. So yeah, I'm definitely reaching out to a lot of people trying to get them on board.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I noticed my bloat went down within 2 days. Crazy cool.
Yeah.
Did you also notice any feeling of just overall well-being?
Yes, definitely. I was able to exercise a lot more. I was able to concentrate, as I said, a lot more. And just the feeling of just like getting out, like Rick said, waking up, good night's sleep. I still have that right now. And I just think the overall long-lasting feeling is so much longer than I've ever felt after anything I did for my health.
Well, I think you're going to help a lot of people. Your energy, your vibe, you know, you've got that. Yeah, it's working. It's working. You're walking it. You're talking it. It's people be crazy not to give it a shot. And I hope you do help a lot of people. Thank you so much for being brave and sharing.
Thank you for having me,
Marcella.
That's awesome. Is my friend from Mexico, Azul, are you out there? Do you know how to unmute? We got him. We got Germany.
Hello.
Here, Mexico.
Hi. Yeah, I'm here.
How are you? Introduce yourself.
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Awesome. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I have been with Isagenix for 5 years, and since I started to watch the videos and everything that Sean shared about this challenge, I got interested, and I don't know, it was, for me, I have been always being healthy. I like food and exercise and everything, but this challenge helped me so much to realize how addicted I was to carbs and fruit also. So also recognize myself like that I was changing some like bad habits. So now after the 11 days, I like my results like get me super excited, because in my first Isa Body challenge, I lost some weight, but not much. I lost fat, but during these 11 days, I lost 3 kilograms and I lost 5% of fat and gained 2% of muscle. So for me, that was amazing. And now when I'm going to gym, I feel like I lift more weight and feel more energized. And I don't know, I never thought that I was going to love bacon, but now I love bacon and I love the combination and everything. I'm really excited. I'm really happy about it. And I think I also read something about it according with the season. And I think this challenge also during winter is perfect. So my body is accepting very good. And I always have had cold, and now all the time I'm warm. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I love that you mentioned how this is a good time of year to do it. I totally agree. Like I didn't have any idea how easy going through Thanksgiving it would be being on this like protocol. We're still, you know, like experimenting with our diet, and you know, to have the turkey with the bacon on top and the butter. We also had some sweet potatoes and some white rice and a little salad. And then I shared that in the group where we made this cream cheese pie. And it was just all ingredients that we know we can tolerate. And I felt so like good the entire day on Thanksgiving. And we felt like we were allowing ourselves to indulge in things that we wanted. And it didn't feel in any way.
We didn't like pay a price.
Yeah, we didn't. I was like, this is the first Thanksgiving where it didn't feel like we were depriving at all. We weren't saying we can't have that, we can't have this. We ate a lot, and we felt good with all the things that we ate. And we never like felt like we're like, oh, we can't have pie, because we made a pie. You know, we made one that we knew that we could tolerate. So it's fun.
Where did she go? Azul, you out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
So she's one of my best friends in Mexico. She's amazing. She actually played semi-professional football, like American tackle football. The first time I met her, she had like fractured her leg and she was in a wheelchair.
Oh.
But Azul, aren't you some kind of a holistic like yoga instructor or something like this?
Yeah, I studied also in the same school that you see, an integrative nutrition school. I have the same degree, and yeah, I really love it.
Integrated nutrition. Now, did the meat freak you out at first?
Not really, because I have never considered myself vegan or vegetarian. I really think that the body talks, and sometimes I have had the possibility to not eat meat, but not because for my mind or beliefs. It's because my body feel it. And actually, when I was playing football, my body asked for meat. Like it was like something that I really wanted, and I eat it. And this time, it was not in my plans, but I said, okay, let's give a chance. And I was freaking out because I really love carbs, and sometimes I miss them. I need to be honest, but yeah, it's a good change.
Oh, thank you, Azul. You're so great. And I'm so glad you could meet Crystal.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. And you guys should chat online, because you really could be the one that kicks off the erShred all over Mexico. And I would just love that.
Yeah,
help
sure.
so many people down there. All right, thank you, Azul. We had I'm gonna call out a couple more people because I promised them real quick. Sonia Chan, are you wanting to share? Let me know. And
sure, I could share.
Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
Tell us how you did.
Yeah, you know, I'm on round 2 right now, but I think for me, the round 1 was just amazing. You know, I think like someone mentioned the mood. What was most shocking for me was we've actually been going through a lot of personal challenges right now, caring for our elderly parents. They've gone into hospital like 3 times, hospitalized, and now going to hospice program. So lots of changes, but both my husband and I have been able to like maintain stress. You know, it's like not freaking out, staying calm, and being clear in our intentions, next steps. That's just been amazing. And I think I shared on a post. It's like other times with other, you know, our traditional way of doing Isagenix, I would have probably given up and had gone for an alcohol or something, you know. But just the fact that I didn't go for the comfort food and just stuck with it, that was just amazing. I'm like, oh, I was able to eat my meat and do my cleanse days and just felt great. And I didn't like, you know, falter at all. So that was really shocking. And the other aspect of during that 1 week break between on the Thanksgiving week, just trying different food and just kind of discovering, oh my gosh, I'm like actually might be allergic to almonds, you know? So that was very powerful for me. And it's just been a total game changer. I think, as many shared, you know, been doing my Isagenix for like 6-7 years, and it's, you know, cleanse day has never been this easy. So, you know, thank you. Like a total new fire under me right now. So.
That's so cool. Much. I love that you were able to figure out that you were allergic to almonds, possibly. That is such a cool thing about this, is we're really starting to get so clear on things that our body may not like, things that we thought were healthy. Like I've always thought, well, you can't go wrong with nuts or seeds, can't go wrong with vegetables or fruit. But what if you can, like based on your own individual body?
Yeah, I mean, it's been very eye-opening for me. So, and I really love all your educational information. Love following Jesse and, you know, the nose X. It's been great. So thank you for all your input, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sonia. That's awesome. Last one, if she's out there, Victoria Javor. You out there, Victoria? Told her I'd call on her. If not, here's what I want to do. I want to invite, because I'd be a fool not to, Dr. Glenn, if you want to take, 3-4 minutes, tell everybody what you've been seeing with your clientele and whatnot, and then after that, we'll introduce Jesse. You there, Dr. Glenn?
I am. Thanks so much. This has been such like so many people have said, just a reignition of what's gone on. Just even, reigniting with so many people that as Isagenix, when I first got involved, all we had was basically this cleansing program. And we got so excited about the changes we saw. And I haven't had that feeling in so many years, until this came around. And obviously we've been doing, this program over and over again prior to seeing this. And I remember, when we first saw it, I was like, boy, this would be fun for me. I was looking at what some of the people were eating. I was like, no way. If I could do that, I'm so back in the game. So we were flies on the wall for a little while, and started to put it out there with some of the, leaders on our team that, we're close with, because it's like a big family. And Laura Hernandez jumped in because she's somebody, and a lot of you know her story now. She would share with Ina all the time her struggles through the years, trying so hard to be good. And the minute she'd go off, things would go bad. And then watching her, that was it. I was like, oh my God. And we both got involved, Ina and myself. For me, it's been amazing. I have never, really, in the past 10 years, I've never had the willpower. I've had like 0 bread, 0 sugar. Since I started this, it's almost going on like the 3rd round, I guess you might say, where I'm like not even introducing all that many things. I am, but not, things I knew previously. But it's funny because I was a carb head like so many people. And the addiction aspect of food, which is an area Ina's gotten into recently, really. And I know you guys too, with really being conscious, teaching people to be conscious about their foods, is such a game changer, really. To combine this with the ease of doing this program, the wow factor results, which set us apart from like any other company. When you can give people wow factor results in 5 days, forget it. Like you've got something powerful. And that's when people realize they can't help but share it. So I'm just loving that there's this great option that's gotten so many people reignited, and also really allows us to kind of go where it's an area I love, that kind of brings people back, to a reset, and allows them not necessarily, sometimes how many people have blamed the products for things they were feeling, when, like Crystal said, it could have been something you were eating all along, things you eat every day that you don't even realize because you don't have any major effect. You just always feel like, you don't necessarily get the big woo, like I ate this and feel terrible. Sometimes you do, all that, disappears when you start eliminating this stuff, and yet you don't feel deprived. So to me, that's the beauty. You can give somebody an unlimited aspect. You're only depriving them of things their body really shouldn't have. And then you'll find, if they're like me, you don't even want to reintroduce them again. Haven't had a drink, haven't any of that. It's just fascinating to me. And Ina's like blown away. She's like, can't believe it. It requires no, you know, no willpower, and the whole thing has been awesome. And I don't want to take up any more time, but I have to say I'm one of the lucky people who began this entire journey being coached by Peter Greenlaw, day one. And we've always learned so much from him along the way. And it's always been a wild ride and a great journey. And I'm just loving the energy here. And the fact that the group has put so much into this makes it easy to plug people in. There are so many people contributing, and I thank you all for that. You make that's how this thing works, like nothing else. That's the magic. So again, I thank you guys so much, and can't say enough. We're having a blast with it over here.
Glenn's pretty lit up.
Yeah, that's so true though. Like how you mentioned, everybody's contributing something really amazing, and it makes all of our job, you know, so much easier. Like we could not do this without all you guys. We would not be able to manage this and get all the information out there the way you guys have all contributed, and it's made this so much easier and doable. Like this would be so overwhelming if we tried to do this all on our own without you guys and your help.
Man, you're so cool, Crystal. Glenn, we got to think of a word because you're lit up, bro. And I don't know what that means in drug terms. But brother, you came alive, bro. You came alive. I see it in your eyes. I feel it. Even through a computer, I can feel it. And, you know, I know you for many, many years. Bob Seavright came alive. Lenny Evans came alive. And Laura came alive. Like, guys, do you understand why Come Alive is so perfect? And that song, sing it, Crystal.
Come alive, come alive.
Yes, it's just the energy is there, the energy. And like you can tell people you feel good. Let me tell you guys something. I've been around this type of stuff forever. People know when you're faking it. I got to tell you, they know. They know when you're faking it. You could fool a couple, but by and large, they know when you're faking it. And you can't fake you can't buy these testimonials. You can't buy them. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Okay, we got to turn it over to Jesse, and then Crystal's going to buzz and go get the kids ready for bed. Jesse has fine-tuned this presentation. Jesse Jamnick is one of our best friends, and Jesse was one of 5 of my nutritional mentors that I went to with erShred when Crystal and I first launched this thing. And he was the only one that did not shoot us down flat. True story. And I'm not going to stop telling it. Since that time, which is cool, 3 out of the 4 mentors that shot us down have now joined us and even got great results. So that's cool. And that just goes to show you that our mentors are cool. Yeah. Because they can change their mind. Mm-hmm. Jesse is a special person. This guy really cares about people. He's a nutrition coach. He's certified. He's also a former bodybuilder. You guys, if you saw pictures of this guy when he was in the heat of he still looks incredible at 41 years old. But this guy is legit. I mean, he is so awesome. And I can't believe he's on board with us like he has been. I just want to thank him again. He's the one and only ever before erShred ambassador. And that's because he has just given and given and given and given and given. Why? Because he loves it. That's the only reason, because he loves it and he really loves to see lives transform. So Jesse, baby, are you out there?
I am here, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's, you know, this is crazy, guys. This is something that I've been coaching people for well over 15 years in holistic health. And, you know, to share real quick with you guys, when I first started, you know, I grew up this little fat kid, and I just had this mission one day that I just wanted to get in shape. Like, it was just something I didn't even really know why. And I ended up going to the gym, and I started working out, and I was listening to the magazines, and I was listening to this, and I was putting all these supplements in my body. And when I think back to the one moment that actually changed the course of my nutrition life, It was when I had my aha moment with how powerful food really is. And when you understand that every bite of food you take literally instantly sends signals to your body, and you wake up and your brain comes alive. And like all the stories that we've heard so far, you're like, holy crap, maybe it's my broccoli. Holy crap, maybe it's my almonds. Oh my God, it could be my spinach, right? Until you had that aha moment, that's the point that transitioned me, and I was sold for life, knowing that I wanted to feel jacked up and alive every single day, and food had the power to do that to me. And that's what started my journey on wanting to tell everybody how good they should feel. But I realized that there was this big barrier, this big brick wall that got in my way. And I had to unbrainwash people from all the fake nonsense that they've learned, that I had to unlearn myself because I thought it was right? Like, don't eat sugar, don't eat fat, don't eat this, go high this, go lie that. So that was the toughest thing. And when Sean brought this to me, I had been working with Sean for 4.5 years. He had a secret. He had a secret that he didn't tell anybody. And that secret was that he felt like crap. And I remember when I first got introduced to this 6 years ago, I had a secret because I was 190 pounds at 5'8" with 10% body fat, but I felt like dog poop every single day, like addicted to 7 cups of coffee a day. I couldn't recover. My heartburn was like going crazy. And I was like, I don't get it. I'm doing everything by the nutrition book, everything that I've been taught to do. And what if you were just taught wrong? What if we were lied to for the sake of big money and big food? And when Sean brought this to me, it took me a second to process it, but literally I came back to him and I said, this is freaking gold. This is gold, and here's why. The erShred is not a fad. I would never put my name behind a fad diet. I would never put my name behind something that's not going to empower people to understand that food is our friend. Food is our friend if you learn how to use it properly. And we, Sean and Crystal, stumbled upon this concoction, let's call it, this protocol, okay? Not a diet, not something you only do for 11 days, as we've seen. People go on and on and on and create a lifestyle. I have never, ever seen in my 15 years of coaching, 15 plus years of coaching people, ever have I witnessed somebody coming alive and having an aha moment with food in 6 days or less. Are you kidding me? 6 days or less, and somebody is like, I got it. I get it. I don't need that food. I want this because I feel so amazing, right? And it's just unbelievable. Glenn will tell you the same. Dr. Glenn will tell you the same thing. Like, you know, we were talking to Susan, a holistic nurse. She's seen the same thing. Guys, the health professionals, like, trust me, we've tried every way. It is so difficult to get people to have the aha moment and understand. And when you do that, then we can educate you more. Then we can teach you really the power of incorporating things. So let's break this down for you guys and why it works. Cool? Let's make it simple. erShred. E stands for eliminate. We take out all the food that's known to cause chronic inflammation, all the inflammatory foods, the glucose, the gluten, the soy, the high fructose corn syrup, the chemicals that are in your food that I call food-like substances because they're really not food. We eliminate all of them because they aren't serving your body. They're not serving your purpose. What is your purpose? To live a healthy life, to feel jacked up every single day, to come alive, as we say, right? That's the purpose. Why would you not want to feel that way? You got one and only body. Treat it the right way and it will do you good, right? So we take out all those foods. Boom, we make it so simple and just bring it to baseline. What is our baseline? We fuel ourselves with meat. Yes, my friends, red meat, like moo, like cows, okay? The meat, red meat has been demonized, and meat, there is so many studies, so many clinical studies that have shown how nutritious red meat is. It does not cause inflammation inside the person's body. It is not going to trigger the gut gurgles. It's not going to make you feel like you want to curl up in a ball and die after you eat. Meat is very, very nutritious, and we utilize that with grass-fed butter and Himalayan pink sea salt for electrolytes because we're creating that balance in the body. We have to fuel the body for performance as we strip everything else out. Okay, so we take the load off the body. The body is under extreme pressure, extreme stress every day from us beating the living heck out of ourselves. We take that load off. We relieve the burden of the body. Think about the whoosh that comes down when your body's not under attack every single day because of the food that you're eating, because of the food that you're putting in your to touch your lips, right? So we get you down to baseline so that way you know exactly where you're at. Make sense? That's the elimination aspect and why it's so important. Then we get into the R of the erShred. That's the reset, my friends. This part is pure magic right here. You got to understand that we leverage intermittent fasting via nutritional cleansing. It's a regimen that has been in place for 18 years and has a track record that will blow your mind. You want to talk about peer-reviewed published studies? They're there. Clinical published peer-reviewed studies. It's the creme de la creme in the science world. There's over 750 people that have reported losing over 100 pounds off their body just from this regimen alone. When you do a true cellular intermittent fast, you are balancing out your hormone levels like serotonin and ghrelin. You're controlling those. You are gaining back control of insulin sensitivity. Dr. Glenn can tell you, you don't have control over insulin, you're not going to have control over what happens on the inside of your body because insulin dictates what's going to happen when you choose to eat that food. And when you choose to fast like this through nutritional fasting, we're going to get your body back to that spot. Okay. You also go through this amazing thing called autophagy. Very simple. Break it down. The eating of the healthy cells eat the bad cells that have the folded over proteins. Think of them as like sludge in a high performance engine. If it's sludgy, the engine's not going to work to its peak performance. Make sense? So we're gonna do all that. So in combination with the elimination, we slide in this scientific amazingness of nutritional intermittent fasting, and we allow the body to reset. It goes back inside of itself because, my friends, you are the miracle. You are the miracle. The shred is the vehicle. The shred is the protocol to get the vehicle back onto the tracks. You're the choo-choo train that's derailed, and we're picking you up and we're putting you back on the tracks. So you can choo-choo straight ahead all the way down the tracks to where you got to get to. Cool? So that's the key important part of that. Then we have this amazing aspect that we call the shred. What the heck is the shred? Well, look, guys, here's the deal. We got a lot of health professionals that are in this, and I promise we've been doing this for 15 to 20 plus years. We're not going to put our name behind something that's not nutritionally sound. So we are very well aware that we might have nutritional deficiencies if we just eat the meat and the butter and the salt, even though it's amazing nutrition, even though there's nothing wrong with it. So again, we have tapped into science. We have tapped into 18 years with this amazing company that you've heard people talk about, and we utilize these delicious, creamy, macronutrient balanced meal replacement shakes that have the right breakdown of proteins to carbs to fats and all of the vitamins and minerals and nutrients and trace adaptogens that you need to balance out the body. Do you guys understand this is about balance, right? This isn't about deprivation. This isn't about starvation. This isn't about that. This is the complete opposite. This is fueling the body. This is giving it everything that it needs. So why do we use the Isoline Pro shakes? Well, I kind of just told you that. Because of the macronutrient profile, it also has an informed sport, informed choice certification, which is like the gold standard, the platinum level. This also has published peer-reviewed clinical research. And again, Dr. Glenn will tell you, that's the highest you can go. Like you can't mess with that research when you do it that way. So we want to make sure that we are fueling with the best which is why we do this. And then obviously we have our collagen bone broth with type 1 and type 3 bovine collagen, which is the most absorbable. Collagen's the glue that holds the body together. Do you guys understand that this isn't something that's just like whipped up in a bowl and thrown at you? This is why we're having results. This is why people's lives are changing. I'm not just talking pounds and inches. I need you to look past the pounds and inches. I need you to see people willingly wanting to adapt this lifestyle, willingly wanting to come back and say, oh my God, I'm in for Shred 2. I'm in for Shred 3. I have never seen somebody come back to me after I did an elimination diet and said, okay, Jesse, I'm ready for another one, baby. I have never seen that. Do you understand? This is why I'm so jacked up. This is why I can't sleep. This is why, right? So then if the shakes weren't good enough and the meat wasn't good enough and the elimination wasn't good enough, even more science has taught us through independent research that because of these magical shakes have these enzymes in them called protease, we can incubate the shakes. And the incubation process breaks everything down inside the shake to its simplest form into branched chain amino acids, which are the building blocks of the entire body. And our body just goes and it sucks it all up. So when we incubate our shakes, we raise protein utilization up to 90%, my friends, 90%. That is only a 10% waste product. If you eat chicken, you only get 35, to give you an example. So that's the magic of the erShred, the eliminate, the reset, the shred, and then the magic component that we give to you for free, that we love on you, is our beautiful community. All of you amazing people who have come from all walks of life, from all countries now. We are all diving at the same vibration. We are putting out energy to the world that I have not seen in a long time, which fuels me and fuels you. And we work together and we motivate each other. You cannot fail. This is the easiest thing ever, and it will drastically and radically change your life if you let it. And if you come in with the right mindset from the beginning, you will come out so empowered to know that you are now in control of food, and food is no longer your slave. You are no longer the victim to the food. You are now back in control. And Sean, that's all I can say, brother, because that combination there and what we've seen, that's why we see what we see. This is why the world is getting healthy, because of this amazing movement that you had the guts to go ahead and just say, I'm going for, and thank you for bringing it to me. And I'm so glad that I didn't just turn you down, because I love your crazy ideas and I'm all about that too. And if you didn't know, guys, I've not been able to do the erShred with you guys exactly. I've done so much elimination in my past, and I've gotten to a point where I know what food served me, or did I? Because for the last 5 days, I've been on the erShred just like you, and I've not stopped working out. And if you want to come to my workouts, I'll make you pass out. I have not stopped working out. I was on a mission to prove that this is the ultimate way to fuel the body. I don't care if you're an elite athlete or you're somebody looking to lose 80 pounds. Today's my day 5. And I don't know if I got more energy than I normally do, but I'm going to tell you I'm not drinking as much coffee as I was. And I'm going to tell you that I'm recovering. And the little kinky crink and the popping that was in my knee from putting all the crazy miles and doing the stupid stuff that I put my body through, it's like magically not there anymore, which is kind of nuts. And I too, Azul, was addicted to carbs because I used them properly, though. I didn't just use them for whatever, but I'm excited to share that at the end of it at 11 days with you guys too. So let's go.
Thank you, Jesse. Jesse, you're so incredible. Wow, everyone's clapping for you right now. I'm watching people clap for you. And Glenn's raising the roof. Hey, so Jesse, I wanted to mention, you said something interesting, and I've been trying to make sense of this. Why do you think it is, Jesse? See, the elimination component, I've been around these products for a very long time, but I wonder, the elimination component, see, I had a problem with the right shoulder. I had a problem with the piriformis. And you know this, I had a problem with Baker cyst in my left knee. And I got to tell you, when I was able to incorporate this elimination component, those 3 lingering, I mean, I'm talking about over a year-long injuries, and all of a sudden I saw major improvement, and that's all that I can tell you. In only a few short weeks, I saw major market improvement. Why is that?
Chronic inflammation. I don't even have to think about it. You know, what people don't realize, Sean, is that inflammation is this tricky thing because it doesn't weigh anything and it doesn't really show its face. It sneaks up inside the body. And, you know, if you cut yourself and you feel that burning sensation, or you sprain your ankle and it swells up, well, that's your body's job. That's what your body's supposed to do, right? Your immune system kicks on and says, holy goodness, you're hurt. I'm going to flush those white blood cells to where they need to be. And we're going to go to work and we're going to repair you, right? I mean, think about it. Like, you don't have to do anything to a cut. You put a Band-Aid on it and a few weeks later, it heals itself. Do you understand that's how remarkable the human body is? But when you're under chronic stress and you're under prolonged injury, and maybe you're carrying some excess body fat, the body is, the immune system's never turning off. It's just constantly staying on is the easiest way that I can explain it. And you're constantly being flooded all the time because your body thinks it's under attack. Well, you're no longer under attack anymore. And it's funny, Sean, my dad's 67 years old. You know my dad. He hangs wallpaper with me. We run a very busy 6-day a week. We're up and down ladders and staging. Well, he broke both of his heels, completely shattered both of his heels, and has a plate and 11 screws in one of his heels. My dad has dropped over 27 pounds since we started. He's no longer popping Advil like it's going out of style. Him and I were just flying up and down staging today. And I mean, this is a guy that was told he wasn't supposed to walk. And now all that inflammation that was in his body is released. And that's, I think, one of the beautiful things why we need that elimination too, is we need to address that culprit and boom, get it under attack and get rid of that bloat right away. So people just come alive and feel jacked up.
So Jesse, that's why I love you, man, because the way you just explained that was so cool. So smart. Jesse has this unique gift, you guys, and he has, I've told him this for 5 years, he has the ability to take very complex things and he somehow, some way shares them in a digestible manner. And so these are complex concepts. I mean, what he just shared with me is pretty, it actually is pretty eye-opening what he just shared when I asked that question there. And so you guys, what a gift Jesse is to all of us. Jesse, check it out. We got erShred logos coming.
I love it. I love it.
And so this is all coming, and we're gonna Jesse's gonna get set up with like hats and shirts. He's gonna get all geared up because, you know, this guy is so special to this concept. Guys, I feel like everyone I encounter is on fire. And I am the only one who possesses in my hands a fire extinguisher and can potentially put them out. That's how I feel about this concept, because it gave me my health back. Without your health, what do you have? You can't enjoy your family. You can't enjoy your life. You can't enjoy your wealth. Without your health, what have you got? Well, I see people every single day and they're suffering. And I bump into people every day that are suffering. And I see people at the gym every day and they're fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And there is no improvement. There is no improvement. And I see it and it's so sad. And I have this extinguisher. I possess it. Everyone on this call, you possess this extinguisher. You can help people. And that's really what this is all about, guys. It's not about money. It's about helping people. Let's go out and help people. We'll do this a call again next week, and we'll do it the same way, and we'll do it again the next week. And then after that, it's going to be Christmas and the New Year. So we'll have 2 more calls to close out this year, Come Alive calls. Go and invite as many people on it as you can. And if you know people that have gotten great results, if you guys appreciate these heroes, these erShred heroes that got on tonight and shared their story bravely, so brave, you guys. Thank you so much for that. And if you know someone that's had a phenomenal result, just have them message me and have them, you know, if they're willing to share their result next week, next Wednesday night. We love to hear the news stories, and we'll do calls periodically where we get updates on ongoing stories. I've been doing this 4.5 months. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. Do you understand? Not since I was a teenager. I never felt this good as a teenager. I feel freaking unbelievable. And so let's keep it going. Next week, same time, same place. Get all your friends, invite them on. And thank you so much for being here, you guys. It really means a lot. Love you guys.
Good night, guys.
Thank
Night.
you.
See you guys.
Night, everybody.
Thanks again.
Bye.